Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Knitique on Thrilling Thursday. Thank you, Karen. We have a very exciting new yarn for you guys because it's so soft and is perfect for quick knits, which we all know. Sometimes we need quick knits. And UPS is here, so here, talk about the grand prize.
UPS is here. We will talk about our lovely grand prize. Get my pattern over here. It is one skein of 2-ply Ombre Cashmere, and it is enough to do Danielle's Felicitations pattern. We added two skeins beaded silk and sequins, one on each end for some extra weight and some glitz. Let's see. Yep, 21 by 57, so you can make it a convertible. It can be a scarf, it can be a wrap. Oh yeah, don't turn it around. I still need to see it. That's a wrap. I'm out. Anna's back.
Okay. And we're punchy. Well, I did tell our UPS man that we were overworking him since we don't normally see him 3 days in a row.
This is true.
All right, so we also have some delicious party cracker seasoning in the original flavor, which in our samples has been a huge hit because the jar is almost empty. You just take regular saltines or mini saltines, a little bit of oil, shake it up in a bag like shake and bake, and you're done. No baking required. Just delicious snacks.
Do they still sell
shake and bake? Yes.
I can't even say it.
You know how I know? My roommate buys it.
Oh, okay.
Because otherwise I wouldn't know because I don't buy it.
Yeah.
I prefer to just use regular like panko breadcrumbs and Parmesan cheese and basically make my own if I'm going to go so far as to actually make breaded chicken. Generally, I try not to cook because that's a lot of work. And in the summer, it makes your house hot. Like, I hate to turn on the oven in the summer because
it's already hot.
It's already trying to keep it from being roasty toasty in the house. So don't add 400 degrees to it. All right, and then all of these goodies are going to come in this fabulous lightweight knitting bag. This does have the little holes where you can put those little decorative items like you would get for the Crocs shoes. I don't remember what they're called. Cute little doodads. They look like little pins that you can put on your purse.
I think those are still coming, right? I think you said they were coming.
I don't remember that, so I'm going to go
find out.
No idea. I'm going to go with no idea. But we do have both medium and large ones in a variety of colors in stock. We can ship the medium ones, no problem. The large ones, you have to call us because the shipping's a little different when your item is that big. So we have to work that out on a case-by-case basis. We can't really set a standard shipping amount for them because they're special. And whether you're shipping here, just, down the street here, basically, or across the country makes a big difference in the shipping cost. But we can still ship them to you if you'd like a big one. So how you get entered into the grand prize drawing is every time you make a purchase, big or small, whether it's here in the boutique, online at knitiqueyarns.com, or over the phone with us, every purchase gets one entry. It is cumulative, so the more times you purchase and maybe treat yourself a little bit, then the more entries you're going to get. And then on Friday, September 1st, we'll draw to see who our lucky winner is going to be. But today we'll have a lucky winner for our daily prize, which is Danielle's hat pattern Dualite Hat, which was originally done by double stranding yarn, thus the name. But we paired it with a chunky yarn, so you don't have to double strand. You just use it by itself and cast on and go. Very fun ribbed cable pattern. You can kind of see a little purl column in between the cable lines, so it adds a little more dimension to the cables. It also makes it a super stretchy hat because the whole thing is ribbed. So one skein is enough to make your beautiful hat because you only need about 98 yards. And how you get entered into the daily drawings is you have to interact with the video. So if you react, where's my mouse? There we go. with any of these fun little buttons, then you'll get 1 entry per reaction. If you comment on the video, you'll get 5 entries per comment. And then if you share the video to your stories, to your friends, send it in Messenger, wherever you share, just come back to the video and type shared to and where, and you'll get 11 entries per share. All right, and then today's winner will be determined based off of yesterday's video interactions. So everything you're doing right now is going into tomorrow's pool. Let's see who we've got. Whoa, where'd it go? There it is.
Still going.
Ta-da!
Beverly Riser, congratulations. We know you are not local, but we wish you were. So if you are local and you win, let us know when you come in. You have a prize, and we will get it from the cabinet. If you are not local, next time you make a purchase, let us know in the notes you have a prize, and we will include it in your shipment. Keep our mail carrier happier with fewer packages.
He's not going to be happy with us today.
No, he's not going to be happy with us today. We've got a whole bunch of big ones going for him today.
We're going to be like, you may want to finish your round and come back.
Yeah. Come back and just back your truck up. We still have some of these awesome markers that tell you what side of your sweater you're working on. These are awesome. Right side, left side, front, back.
If you are new to sweater knitting, those are a good option to have because, whatchamacallit, it'll help you start to recognize what each piece is and make it a lot easier, especially when instructions tell you to do things like knit across the right front, and you're like,
wait, what?
My right or your right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
pin them as soon as you start. When you start one that says right front, put a pin on it.
Label it. It'll save your sanity, and
Beverly said pass.
Oh, we will have to redo it tomorrow because I already closed out of that.
Right.
So
we will try and get it in there tomorrow, Beverly. Thank you.
We will show you guys the beautiful new yarn that we got in. This is Glory, which is from their Wool Addicts line by Laine Yarns. It is a ridiculously soft superwash wool. It is 100% virgin wool, which means it is the first shearing. The first shearing makes it softer because it has only been cut on one end. I don't know why that makes it softer, but it's still awesome that it makes it softer. I'm like, why does cutting it make it less soft?
I have no idea.
I'm like, your dog's still soft after a haircut.
I know.
So
I'm trying to come up with things. I got nothing. I don't know.
We don't know the science behind it. We just know the truth behind it because it's definitely softer. This is so soft that you would think that there was something else in there, like cashmere or alpaca, to make it softer, but it is all superwash wool. Superwash means that it can go in the washer and dryer, so if you're knitting gifts or things like blankets that are going to potentially need a little more washing, you don't have to worry about the I shrunk it phone call. You don't have to worry about your significant other doing the laundry.
Honey, I shrunk your sweater.
Yeah, we've heard all the horror stories. Superwash, you don't have to worry about it. It is 77 yards per ball, and this first gorgeous colorway that we have here is color 35, which is a really pretty and rich navy blue. No, Lynn, that's actually different because, like, you'll have baby alpaca versus virgin, and so it is different because, so, like, normally in wool, it'll say lamb's wool for when they're still babies, and then virgin is just first haircut.
Do they get a haircut at 6 months or what? What's the reasoning?
I don't know the guidelines. I just know it's soft.
We need a sheep knowledgeable person to join our chat.
I'll just have to go down a rabbit hole later.
Yeah.
You know I love stuff like that. Like, I gotta know why. So, now I gotta know why.
I wonder if Fran knows.
Maybe. I mean, they had llamas.
Right.
But they had llamas for packing, not for fiber. So
They
probably just shaved it and got rid of it.
Yeah.
That's what most people with herd animals like that do if they're not raising them for fibers. They just get rid of it, which is kind of sad.
Yeah.
It's a lot of really good fiber just gone. All right, then if you want a little bit lighter color than navy for your blues, we have 34, which is more of like a dark denim cornflower.
I like those two together.
Right? Like that'd be really pretty in like some subtle striping. I did find some really cute projects this morning, including some garments that we definitely have a sweater quantity for, like this cute little Alice top by Petite Knit. We were just talking yesterday about how much we love her patterns because they're simple and easy and really cute, well fitted. I love the way the shoulder join's done on this one.
That's cute.
So you must knit, like pick up and knit across here to join your shoulder. So very, very cute. And this one for all of the sizes takes from like 330 to 720 yards, which is a range of a 29.5 through a 59.
Nice.
It's amazing the yardage difference when you don't have any sleeves.
Yeah.
But it's just a super cute little vest. Then we have a Candle Lights the Way blanket, which is a little complex of a name. But look how pretty it is. It's a cable in the middle of some garter stitch ridges, and then just knit a row, purl a row in between for a while.
That's really fun.
Doesn't it give it a cool look? I like the edging too. Like,
oh yeah.
So the edging's all done as you go. You don't have to go back and pick up any stitches. Oh, when you're done, you're done. She must have a bunch of cute blanket patterns.
Yeah.
But this one takes 230 for the baby. Let's see if she breaks it down a little more down here.
This was 300.
Yeah, so 1, 2, 3. So all the way through the third size takes really not that much. Like we have enough yardage in stock for any of these 3 sizes in any of the colors. After that, we'd have to order you some because it's going to be a little more than what we have. All right, one more and then I'll show you guys some more colors. This yarn's perfect for Sharon's glamping blanket too, or the first one, but we haven't really talked about the second one. But it's just a never get bored kind of project, which is how I've actually managed to finish a blanket because you've got ribbing, some stockinette. I don't know what this stitch is, but it's really cute. These little slip stitches that then you tuck it up later, some stripes, all kinds of different slip stitch textures.
Once again, gold goes with everything.
Right? And she's got different sizes on this one. And because you're using multiple colors, we have enough in stock for any of the sizes, including the great big sofa one, which is 42 inches wide by 54 inches long.
Wow.
Right?
I should make one of those for my kitty cats.
Oh,
that would be fun.
They do like yarn.
Oh, yeah. Daisy would eat it. Maybe I gotta rethink that.
Make hers out of acrylic so she can't eat it.
Yeah. Okay, Daisy, this one's yours. Don't touch Felix's.
Right? All right, this is color 94, which is the natural creamy white colorway.
Eileen, you can make one for your puppies.
Oh, yes. Kathy said good taste.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's one of the times you don't want your animals to have good taste. You don't want them to have good taste in fiber, because stop eating it.
She'll chew it in half.
Oh, yeah, some of them really can't seem to leave it alone. Color 3 is a really pretty heather gray. So heather means that it's got kind of this little subtle variation, because when they blend the fiber, you have darks and lights all mixed together. And then we have this fabulous jet black, color number 4. I appreciate when yarn companies do a actual black, because sometimes they leave you with just like charcoal, and that's not always the best depending on what you're making, because someone will inevitably ask you for a black hat. Not a charcoal hat, a black hat.
Yeah.
And if you're going to knit someone a black something, knit it in bulky, because then you can still see what you're doing.
Bulky yarn, a good light, and a white towel in your lap.
Or you know how sheets always come with those 2 extra white pillowcases that you never use?
Yeah.
Just save a couple of those, and those are your lap mats. Having contrast in the background, that makes a good deal of help. All right.
Oh, Lynn, Hank loves yarn.
Yeah,
Dangerous.
she sent me some pictures. He also loves paper. He just loves to destroy. Okay. Let's just be honest, Lynn. Your puppy's a destructo dog. Okay, this is adorable, partially because of the name, because it's Franken Beanie.
Cute.
But 2 colors. Oh. It's just knit 2 purl 2 ribbing, but you've got slip stitches when you're doing the contrast color, so it makes these little blocks. This one definitely needs a palm. Giant floofy palm.
You could have a lot of fun with colors on this one.
And they double-stranded DK on this one, so single strand of this yarn and 1 skein each of your 2 colors, and you're going to be good to go. Like they did, here's like the opposite versions.
What a difference it makes.
Right?
Oh, look, purple and green.
I know, it looks like little flowers.
Yeah.
So that's Frank and Beanie. Then we have the chunky slipper socks, which this yarn is perfect for because it's going to feel so good on your feetsies. And this one has a really nice construction. You can kind of see this little line down the back.
Cute.
So that's going to make them fit nice and snug so they stay on your feetsies. And this is definitely an ideal way to get the hang of knitting socks because, it's chunky yarn, so it's fast. And 2 balls will make a pair of slippers.
You could even put insoles in them.
Oh yeah, you can get like those shoes. And you can get like those leather bottoms and make them into more of like a sturdy slipper by putting those leather bottoms on. A lot of those have that like Sherpa lining in them, so then they're super squishy. Yeah. All right, one more. The Pagodi? I don't know. It's cute.
Yeah.
It's a twisted knit 1 purl 1 rib, and then knit a row, purl a row, change colors, slip 1 knit, slip 1 purl, change colors. So when I say change colors, I don't mean cut your yarn. I mean carry it up, because 2 rows is never too far to carry your yarn. And look at the beautiful spiral it makes at the top.
I love that.
Like this is one I don't want to put a palm on because I want to see the spiral. And this one skein each of your 2 colors will easily make any of the 3 sizes on the hat. All right, more colors. All right. Should I go at the bright end or the dark end? Okay. Yeah. So if you haven't seen your color palette yet, because you're not really a winter person, you're more of a fall, don't worry, we have a warm half of the palette. Color 62 is this beautiful kind of cranberry burgundy 49er red. I feel like that one would, I feel like that one would pass inspection for 49ers.
That one passes.
And this is coming from a non-sports fan, but the color looks accurate. So now this one would be the one that I would use for my family because this is Alabama red right here. This is color 60, the bright crimson ruby red. All right, one more, and then I'll show you guys some more projects. I love this lower yardage on this one. Color 75 is this beautiful burnt orange because with the smaller yardage, you can do the things that have lots of color work in them without being like, well, now I've bought 17 skeins that I needed a tiny bit of and wasted all this money on all this yarn I haven't used. Not that we don't all have stash that we haven't used, and that is completely and 100% okay. But sometimes you feel guilty about it, and this yarn keeps you from having to feel guilty because you don't need to buy a bunch unless you need to buy a bunch.
Isn't that pretty, Heather? It's a really gorgeous one. Orange.
Okay, this one is totally for you. Mega Dahlia, which I'm like, that's probably an actual flower because I've seen some big dahlias. But look at this beautiful lace work. And I mean, talk about the perfect project to learn to knit lace. You're on big needles, so it's fast. But look at this gorgeousness. So it's a big circle. It's one that as a shawl you would wear folded in half. You could use it as a lap blanket. Just throw it over the back of your couch because it's absolutely gorgeous and you never want to put it away ever. It's stunning.
So pretty.
And I love the knitted on lace border is this really pretty spiky edge. But you can kind of tell this whole part is knitted on edging.
I love the center motif on that one.
Right? It's a big flower basically. Then we have one for Karen, the Everyday Cowlet. Really fun, easy knit pearl texture. It's got a little split hem on the side, which kind of makes it drape over your shoulders better without having to make the cowl bigger around.
I like that one.
And that one is only going to take 3 skeins. All right, one more. The Akina cowl.
That's really
I know,
pretty.
look at all the pretty textures in this one. You've got like the slips. What looks like they slipped 3 and then a couple rows later, so they slipped 3 twice, and then a couple rounds later you pick up and knit those slips in, but they had pearls in between them, so it makes it a more dramatic texture. Then there's some pretty like interrupted lace. They kind of make almost like diagonal blocks. There's some just simple slip stitches between them. That one would also be a 3 skein project. Again, fast knitting. Size 10 and 11 needles. Like, yes, please.
Ooh, with square needles, I can do that one.
Right? Okay, I know it's a really simple hat, but there's something about this just swirl line that I'm like, oh my gosh, this hat talks to me like I need to knit this hat.
I want to know, does it flip on the opposite side? I need to see the whole thing.
It looks like it because this is the other side.
Wow, that's so fun.
Here's increases over here. So like I make one along this edge, and I know it's a different color, but here's knit 2 togethers over here. So you basically have like on opposite sides of the hat, your decrease and your increase. And I think they just did knit 1 purl 1 ribbing so that it gathers in a lot at the bottom.
Very cute.
But there's just something about that one simple line. I'm like, that is just the prettiest hat I've seen in a long time. And it's not even fancy. But I love it. 2 skeins. I know, I'm like, excuse me while I go whip one up, right? What color do we want our sample in? Because I gotta go. But yeah,
Yellow.
2 skeins. Actually, 3 skeins you could almost get away with to make 2 hats out of 3.
Oh, nice. It looks slouchy, isn't it?
Yeah, so you could easily make it not, shorter and not so fluffy.
Yeah.
I know, I'm like, I think I might need to make that one.
Yeah,
I'm going to favorite it so it's easier to find later.
We like that one.
All right, let me show you guys some more colors because we're not done.
Wait, there's more.
So this one kind of goes with the 49er red. This is 39 because they have more of like a bronzy gold. They like more vintage look than like the bright yellow kind of sports team gold. This was also my high school colors. And then last but certainly not least, because it is electrically beautiful, color 14, sunflower yellow.
Do the hat in the yellow.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, 1, then you can safely walk at night because you're nice and bright. And 2, it's just pretty.
Yes.
It's just pretty. And I must have it. I don't know why that hat talks to me so much because it's not fancy.
It doesn't have to be fancy to be gorgeous.
It's just awesome. Okay, then I have a few more projects. This is another one to speak to the Susan lace knitters of the world.
Oh, wow.
This is a cowboy cowl that is just this all over beautiful lace. It almost looks like cables, but I don't think that it is. I really like this dramatic picot bind off too. It makes it look like flowers.
Definitely. Okay, you go start the hat. I'm going to start this.
Okay.
We'll check back in with everyone tomorrow.
And this one would be 3 skeins. All right.
That one.
Here's a fun one for the crocheters. This alpine stitch ear warmer.
Nice.
Isn't that a fun texture? Like, it's one of those that I'm looking at trying to tell. I want to say it's post stitches, but something's throwing me off to where I'm like, but is it?
You guys should see us. We're both tilting our heads like,
no, we're like I'm like a cat. Like, let me tilt my head.
Dog.
That'll figure it out. But 1 skein and a K hook. So super fast. Make this for all your friends who do things like morning walks, running. It is cold in the morning, and that wind across your ears is like, I'm going to freeze. I'm going to lose an ear. All right, then we have this super cute winter dreamer hat.
That's cute.
They're little like slip stitch cables, so nothing crazy hard. You just have to pay attention to what row you're on. But it creates this gorgeous texture.
Looks totally different when it's stretched out.
Yeah. That's the winter dreamer hat. That one would take 2 balls. And then last but not least is this really cute cowboy cowl with this like double antler braid down the middle. And then all the background is garter stitch. But it's much shallower in the back, so it's not a ton of bulk on the back of your neck. It tucks in nicely in a jacket.
Might be some short rows in there. Good way to learn them.
Let's see if they say anything. Oh, they do. See? Short, yep, short rows.
Easy way to learn short rows.
This one, I just like their description too. A fast and spicy knit, especially for men, but also unisex. Like especially for, but not really.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was cute. Like we're making sure we nod to the guys, but then we're also like, but by the way, we're gonna knit this for ourselves.
Pretty set of colors. I could see doing that blue, little flowery bauble bind off cowl in that blue. That would be so pretty.
Yeah, that'd be really pretty.
Even the gray.
You do that. I'll do the yellow hat.
Okay.
And we'll check back shortly.
We can't start yet, though. We got to
I know,
video.
and we have to work, so.
Details.
Okay, we'll check back a little less shortly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about a couple upcoming classes that we have. The camera person's job.
It's Anna's job. Gotta bring the microphone with us. Oh my gosh.
I know, aren't they
Sneak
pretty?
peek. Blue cube eggs.
Yeah, I was gonna
Look
be
'em up.
more subtle about it than
Okay.
that, but I was gonna be like cube bags that you know they're up but not talked about yet.
Sorry, Eileen, no purple in the yarn.
Oh yeah, not yet, anyways.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we harass the companies all the time, like you're missing a color, and sometimes they listen to us.
There's no
It's
pink
awesome.
either. I'm missing a lot of colors.
That's supposed to be coming, I think, though.
Okay.
I think we have some
remember.
colors coming still. Okay, so starting off, we have our Learn to Crochet class coming up. This is a in-person class. We have one on Saturday the 26th from 3 to 4, and one on Tuesday the 29th from 11 to noon. The reason we did it as an in-person class is we do already have an on-demand class called Hooked on Crochet. There's a part 1 and part 2. This is basically the part 1. So we already have an on-demand class if you're not local and want to learn to crochet. But this one takes 200 yards of DK weight yarn to do the cowl size, which is what most people do when they're learning. 600 for the scarf. You can do it out of, you know, luscious favorites like Merino, Cloud, or Cosette, or you can keep it a little more budget friendly with the lovely new Bo Peep. But if you want to learn to crochet, make sure you sign up. Then on Saturday, September 2nd and 23rd, we have the Short Rows and Eyelets Shawl class. This one is a 2-session class because you're going to have a little homework between sessions, because in the first class, we're going to teach you the basic short rows in the stockinette, and then you'll have to finish that section. And then in the second class, we're going to teach you the short rows in the mesh lace. And then once you know how to do both parts, you're off to the races and good to go. And that one takes fingering weight yarn, so pick your favorite color of any of them and go for it. It looks really good in self-striping. You can see it looks good in variegated. Solid, of course, is going to show the pattern even more. We have some people have gotten like self-striping for up here and then solid for down here, because you can easily switch between the two sections. Do whatever color changes make you happy. Then on September 8th, 15th, and 22nd, we have this Menagerie of Slips cowl. This is out of worsted weight yarn in 2 colors. There's 3 different slip stitch technique patterns in here. We've got the big bubbles. We've got these little, they're like little loopies. I don't know what to call those.
Yeah, we don't know what to call them.
And then the designer calls these champagne flutes, these big V's. So because there's a little bit of knitting to do between each one, we broke it up in 3 sessions so you can get through all 3 patterns and really not have that much homework in between. But we didn't want to be like, okay, well, here's a 3-hour class. Like
that's a lot.
That's too much in one fell swoop. Like you'll start to tune us out. Then we haven't put it on the sheet or put out a sign yet, but we are going to do this beautiful lace yoke tee. This is only a 2-session class because the fun thing with this sweater is when you divide for sleeves, the sleeves are done.
Oh, I love
like
that.
You're binding off here, so they're more of like a cap sleeve, so you don't have to go back and pick up anything. You're just done. The pattern's written to change colors like this and change right after the lace. There is some short row shaping to raise the back neck in there. So we're going to teach you the lace in session 1, and then in session 2, we're going to teach you to divide for sleeves and do those short rows. And then once you know those 2 things, you are good to go on that sweater, because the rest is just knit, 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 knit. And then last but not least, there's not a model over there for it, of course, but we have the Noro Yarn Extravaganza because you guys are the models. That is basically like a fashion show event where you get to show off the items that you have knit or crocheted out of Noro. There will be swag bags. There's a pattern. There's Gilda, so there's just giveaways galore. Every item that you model gets you an entry into the grand prize. No, I don't know what it is. Don't ask me. Someone's gonna ask me.
There's a question on the name of that.
Oh, on the lace yoke tee. If you go on our class calendar and go to the lace yoke tee class, there is a link directly to the pattern because it's one of those things that it's hard to remember how to spell it because it's I don't think the name of it is English. Pretty sure it's like something Norwegian or something, which you'd think I would know, but I don't. Heritage doesn't mean you speak the language. Let's just go with that. So that is all of our classes and events coming up for now. And we'll talk about what we're wearing, and then we'll get ready to open the boutique. I have a class to get ready for the machine knitters, and do it all again tomorrow. So I am wearing a top called Jarul, another kind of hard to spell, Jarul. It is bottom up, really fun construction. You do this little picot hem, which picot hems are cool. It's knit, I don't know, 4 rounds, and then yarn over knit 2 together for 1 round, knit 4 more rounds, and then you pick up your cast on edge and knit it together with your current row, and it folds at that yarn over knit 2 together row and makes picots.
And it doesn't curl, right?
Yeah, because it's flipped up under on the inside. You can see like where the stockinette meets the reverse stockinette on the inside. It's basically doing like a whole row of knit 2 togethers to join it.
Yeah.
And then knit, knit, knit. There's a little waist shaping of decrease and then increase in this one. You could leave that out if you prefer more of a straight fit. This one, the catch is do the armholes shallower than they say by about 2 inches because I added in a cute little detail in mine because otherwise there was a little too much opening. Let's put it that way. And then I love this lace yoke at the top. It's really fun. That's what creates the rest of your armholes. And I think that's kind of what they forgot to account for in the armhole depth. I think they thought this would sit down like down here more. But only if you bound off like really, really loose. And that's still not going to lift it up that much. Like no, they forgot to account for all of this adds armhole depth. So just do it 2 inches shorter. That's my tip. Tip of the day. All right. And then we have Susan in her beautiful.
This one is called Sunshine. And it's a lot of short rows.
And knit 2 togethers and
yeah, so it actually starts here on this edge.
Oh, you do this later.
Yeah, you do all of this first, and then you got lives. No, you have to pick up stitches here, and then this is just short row back and forth until you end here.
Awesome.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
3 colors.
I need to steal this.
No.
I know, it's not even my colors.
You can borrow it, but no stealing.
Karen said, holy cow, fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she likes short rows.
I do.
And purple and sparkly and
got it all.
Ta-da. So that checks all the boxes.
Yeah.
It's just missing beads.
I could do that one again. That was fun.
Okay, so yes, let's pick yarn for that later.
Okay.
Right?
My arm,
like,
right?
oh, darn, I have to knit another one. All right, so that's going to be it. We'll get ready to open the store, pull your orders, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow. Have an amazing day.